Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too.
Loves you and I love you too.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
Every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one.
Yes, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. Let's give some love for our band, yes. Woo. Joe Chinquina, our music director, also on bass and vocals this morning. We've got Lauren Dechtenberg on keys and vocals. Subbing on percussion today is Josh Englund. Give him some love and a warm welcome. Thanks for being here, Josh. And Mr. Jeff Watts on sound. Thank you, Jeff, always. So this morning, our laptop that does the slides decided that it didn't want to turn on. And although we had two other laptops in the house, none of them had the right connection cord. So you're going to get to repeat after me, and I will try to speak slowly since we don't have the slide up there for you as well. And if you happen to have an old laptop laying around that turns on and connects to a HDMI port, that's the thing. They don't make them like that anymore. That's what we're looking for. Just so you know. All right, so Ahava is the Hebrew word for love, and we gather every Sunday knowing that love is always the answer. That's right. I am Reverend Rainbow, so grateful to get to serve as your spiritual director. We are a conscious community committed to curiosity, so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community, so whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path of discovery, know that you are absolutely welcome here. So good morning and welcome, yes. If you're joining us online, thanks for being a part of our global virtual community. Make sure to click that like, share, and subscribe button. Let us know where you're tuning in from today, whether it just be down the road in your jammies, no shade, or across the world. It's all good. You're here with us today. So thanks for being a part of our online community as well. And I think besides Josh, we have all been here before. So again, special welcome for filling in today. And please take a moment after service. No, don't take a moment. Please join us after service for coffee and tea and fellowship so we can all get to know each other a little bit more. So although we've all been here more than once, some of us have only been here 2 or 3 times and others 500. So we would love to connect with you all more. We are so grateful for all the folks who give of their time and their talent and their treasure to create this beloved community. So I want to take a moment just to acknowledge all of our volunteers, those that are serving with the youth in the booth, making our coffee, throwing out the trash, all the many things. So if you're one of our volunteers, please give yourself some love, pat on the back. Everyone else, give them a warm thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yes. And now is the time where we get to acknowledge that we are one and that we are truly a reflection of one another. So I invite you to take your hands over your heart. Turn to someone and say, thank you for being a reflection of me. Yes. And we have a fabulous vision and purpose here. So I will say it slowly, and then you can repeat after me. We are an inclusive community. Committed to global transformation. Through personal evolution. Yes. And our purpose statement is wake up, step up, make a difference. Wake up, step up, make a difference. Y'all are doing great. All right, let's see. Today's affirmation, which, by the way, if you're signed up to get our text, you get an affirmation every Sunday morning. And if you're not getting those, you can fill out a little connection card and make sure that we have your cell phone number. All right, so you received a text this morning, but again, I will say it slowly, and you can repeat and affirm with me. I am one with all that is. I am one with all that is. All right. Now I invite you to take a nice deep breath. We're going to move into our centering song and our opening prayer, which will be led this morning by practitioner Patty Cooper.
In this place, my soul is free from the light within. I see all joy, all the peace. Carry me. Carry me, carry me, oh, carry me.
feeling all that tremendous energy in this room. Today I know that there is only one life, one mind, one essence. And today I know that one as love, as peace, as joy, and harmony. And knowing that's the truth of the one, it has to be the truth of me. And it is absolutely the truth of each person hearing my voice now. And I bless this day. I bless this service and all the people who come together to make it happen. I bless our beloved Reverend Rainbow for her guidance and wisdom. Our musicians, each and every person here, I bless now. And I let it be by saying, and so it is.
All the joy, all the peace, carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lisa Woods. In place of our regular reading today, Rainbow asked me if I would share an excerpt from my play Thread and Bone, which I will be sharing here on October 27th. It's a Friday night. So this is a piece that I wrote about my sister, about heart surgery, about grief and memory, and all of the ways that we are both made and unmade. And during this, I'm actually sewing a dress. I tear up a dress and I sew a dress, but I'm just going to share the words with you all from a small section. Facts. I was born again at the age of 5 or 6. I wore a beautiful dress and walked into the salt water off the shore of Pine Island, and my father baptized me in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. I was a believer. I belonged. I saw an angel once by my ceiling fan. God had a plan for me. Facts. My 6 siblings and I were homeschooled from kindergarten through high school. We once spent 4.5 years living in a converted barn in Kentucky. During our back to basics phase as a family, we milked cows, churned butter, waded in creeks, rode horses, planted gardens, and shook our shoes before we put them on in case any snakes had made themselves at home in them. I baked bread, 3 loaves a day, grinding the wheat berries into flour, mixing the dough, rising, kneading, rising, shaping the loaves, baking them in a wood-burning oven. Facts. I shouldn't be the oldest of 6 children, but now I am. My older sister died on November 2nd, 2008. Sudden cardiac death. Jessica. I do not anticipate ever recovering from this. It has been almost 15 years, and I am still falling into the bottomless void of her absence. Part of my world is now comprised of what is missing. Facts. On June 25th, 2012, I had open heart surgery to repair my mitral valve. I had the same heart condition my sister died from 3.5 years earlier. Why did I live and she didn't? I'm older than her now. I have a scar down the center of my breastbone. Facts. My mother taught me how to sew when I was very young. Jessica and I would make doll clothes, and eventually our own clothes. calico 100% cotton dresses with full skirts and modest necklines. I've been sewing now for longer than Jessica lived. Today I am older than my sister, and I am trying to say something about memory, something about time, something about the end of a path when there are no footprints left to walk in and the snow hangs in the air like ashes, one heartbeat after flame. I am trying to say something about beauty, how I can still see cinders in the sky. Thank you all.
know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. Childhood stars shine, always be humble and kind. Go to church, 'cause your mama says to. Visit grandpa every chance that you can. It won't be a waste of time. Always stay humble and kind.
Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind.
Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Know the difference between sleeping with someone and sleeping with someone you love. Love you ain't no pickup line. Always stay humble and kind.
Hold the door, say please, say thank you.
Don't steal, don't cheat, and don't lie. You got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. Feel the pride, but always stay humble and When it's hot, eat a root beer popsicle. Shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sun shine Always stay humble and kind. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. You get where you're going, don't forget, turn back round. Help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind.
Yes. Whew. Yes. And let's give some more love to Lisa and her beautiful words. Yes. Yes. Make sure you get your tickets and spread the word to be here for the full show the end of the month, Friday, October 27th. And also want to say thank you to Yimi for having a laptop that happened to work when now we have slides. So, yes. All right. So now we're going to get into today's message. As you can see, we are talking about bountiful living this month of October, which here at Ahava we call Rocktober, because we rock this idea of prosperity, and we are rocking our finances and abundance in all areas of our lives. We have a beautiful altar that Nancy put together for us as well, so just thank Nancy for that. So last week we kicked off this series by redefining prosperity. And we looked at the Latin roots of the word, which translates to according to hope, or to go forward hopefully. And when we look at it from this approach, we see that prosperity isn't so much about the condition of having money. Instead, it is a way of being or living with a hopeful attitude, right? With an idea or an attitude of expectancy, walking in the world from an abundant mindset, knowing that all our needs and desires will be met. So again, prosperity isn't something that you acquire. It's a lifestyle. And it's a particular way of thinking and living that pulls us forward with a hopeful expectancy. So today we're going to dive more into the concept of reciprocity and how to forge a right relationship with money and all the good and abundance in our lives. And this occurs when we experience a balance between giving and receiving. So reciprocity in the context of giving and receiving, it's like this cosmic dance of energy, of flow. And when you give, you set in motion this flow of positive energy, which then will be returned to you. As it is said, give and it shall be given unto you, ask and you shall receive. And this reciprocity isn't just, again, about material things or money. It's about our relationships. It's about our energy. It's about the connections that we have with each other and the world. Because what we know, this golden rule reminds us that what we do unto others will be done unto us, for we are one. But here's the crucial twist. It's not like a one-on-one transaction, right? It's not like, okay, I give you $1 today so that tomorrow you will give me $1 back. It's an idea of opening up to this flow and allowing energy and spirit and life to show up in various forms of good as we extend ourselves, our energy, and give, and we open to receive. So it could be a smile from a stranger when you least expected it, or it could be a helping hand in your time of need. building the right relationship with this flow of good in our life is like nurturing a friendship. So if you want to have a deep and connected relationship with money, for example, what if you were to treat it how you would nurture nurture a deep relationship with a friend? You have to invest some time and effort to build trust in a relationship. Same with money. And it's not about hoarding or treating money as an enemy. It's about understanding its role in your life. Being intentional with your finances, with the flow of money coming in and out. Be intentional with your energy, the flow of your energy coming in and out. Pay attention. Notice where it flows and where it goes. Be mindful. So there's various factors that we have that influence our relationship with prosperity. Just like our relationship with anything. If you think back to your childhood, what are some of the earliest memories you have regarding money? Can you think of a memory or a time where you first realized what this thing called money was? And what was the energy around money in your family? Did you hear things like, money doesn't grow on trees? Or we have to save for a rainy day? Or maybe money's the root of all evil? Or, don't talk about that, right? It's rude to talk about money. Don't ask someone how much they make. So all of these ideas, these phrases, these things that we hear growing up and kind of in our collective society and consciousness around what we should or shouldn't do or think about money and prosperity in our life, all of these things can influence our own understanding and perception of wealth and prosperity and money and our relationship with giving, with receiving, with spending. But the first step is to become aware of these ideas so that we can begin to deconstruct those things that no longer serve us. So we can show up today and choose to have a more conscious and intentional relationship with prosperity. To choose to have a more intentional relationship with what we desire to experience as the good of all of life flowing and being open to receive that. So first, we have to notice kind of the programming we have around it and notice what are our current beliefs about our relationship with giving and receiving, and especially around flow and money and energy. And then we get to decide how we would like to be in relationship with money, right? So if you were to describe your relationship with money right now, maybe a word would come to mind like, frustrating or difficult or hard, or maybe it's exciting or feels good, right? So think about where you are in your relationship with money right now. And then think about what you desire your relationship to be. Because what we know and what we teach here is that we are always at choice. And in each moment, we can begin again. We can let go of the past and we can choose today from this fertile ground to plant a new seed, which will then blossom and bloom and grow into that which we say it is today. So we can look at this idea of money, but similarly, think about the messages you heard growing up about giving and receiving. Were you told either blatantly with words or through observation and actions that it's better to give than receive? Maybe you were taught sharing is caring. Maybe you were rewarded or praised for giving, either money or helping or whatever it may be, giving of your time, your talent, your energy, and then decided at that young age that, ooh, that feels good, right? I'm going to give more because that's how I feel loved. But that too can lead to an imbalance. So when we start to look at and notice what are the underlying stories behind our relationship between giving and receiving, we can see how that is outpictured in our experience today. We talked last week in the book study that we're doing on living a prosperous life about how many of us are recovering overgivers, right? And, you know, it seems like in general that society kind of encourages that it's good to give, it's good to give. But giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin. And if there's no one to receive or open to receive, then we can form an imbalance by always giving. And when we overgive from a place that is not in integrity or wholeness, if we're giving to get, if we're giving to feel that love, even though it's subtle, it's still transactional. It's like, I'm going to do this because I'm going to get this. And what we are wanting to do today is to rise above a transactional relationship with good, with prosperity, with money, with energy, with time. So to rise above a transactional relationship, we have to first become aware of even those subtle places that we are perhaps giving to get. That we are giving or doing something with some sort of expectation that if it's then not met, we might feel resentful, right? That's not the same as giving from a place of wholeness, of giving from what we may say the overflow, from giving and then allowing the gift to just be without having any strings attached or control over what or how the gift may be used. So there's ways that we can really notice and be really drill into an opportunity to move from transaction to transformation in our relationship of giving and receiving. And then, like I said, the flip side of that is if you do tend to perhaps be an overgiver, what would it look like to build your muscle in receiving? I like to think of it as this infinity sign, right? The figure 8. So this flow of giving and receiving. And we can begin to choose consciously how we are in relationship with giving and receiving. So, for example, what would it be like to think of money as a resource or a means to an end instead of the end itself, right? This question of like, well, what's the money for? So if you were to, win the lottery tomorrow, do you have an idea of what you're going to do with that money? What's the money for? Is it just because you want to say, I want the money, stack the dollar bills, y'all? Right? That is looking at money itself as the thing. But we want to transform our relationship to see money as just another resource, as just another flow to allow us to experience what we desire to experience in the world and what we desire to see for all. Knowing that we are not prospering at the expense of anyone else, but instead we are all prospering together when there is this balance and flow of giving and receiving. So when you shift from seeing money as the goal to seeing it as the means or the resource to provide the things and experience that you need and desire in your life, then you will begin to find that natural balance between giving and receiving. And it becomes more intuitive, right? as money and good comes in, there is a natural desire to share it. Because how do we really know that we have a thing until we give it in relationship with the flow of it? So that's how we began to create this balance, by being conscious and intentional about giving and receiving, the reciprocal nature of the universe. Notice the flow that comes in and notice the flow that goes out. And again, not just about money, but about your energy, your love, your time, your talent. Are you giving to get? And if so, just becoming aware of that can begin to open and create that space for transformation. Because when we give from a place of lack or trying to fill a void or to prove our good or our worthiness, this way of giving often leads to resentment and disappointment, to shame, and to just feeling empty or lost. And what we know is that we are whole, perfect, and complete, that we don't need anything outside of ourselves to prove our worthiness or our wholeness. And instead, we are a channel, a vessel for spirit to move, to flow through. So to activate this feeling of flow, of aliveness, if you're feeling kind of stuck, a way to activate this is to notice and appreciate what you do have, and to get into right relationship with that through appreciation and through giving. And open the flow in your life by giving something that you do have an experience of an abundance of. Maybe it's an abundance of love, abundance of kindness, an abundance of generosity experienced as time, energy, knowledge, wisdom, money, abundance. Start by noticing that area in your life in which you experience great abundance. We all have something. We can all look deeper and just ask, right? Ask your higher self to reveal to you, to be seen, to open your eyes to that which you have an abundance of. And then appreciate it and get in the flow of giving. And as we begin to give, and you notice I keep doing this gesture, right? Because as we give and we let go of something into this field, this energetic field of reciprocity, our hand becomes open. And what we know is that the universe abhors a vacuum, so that it must be filled. So as we give, we are then rightly positioned to receive. But we have to find the balance. Because if we're used to just giving and giving and giving and giving and giving until we have nothing else, and then we retreat because we were so depleted, we're not in that open place to receive. So we give and we remain open to receive. And we can start practicing this. Notice when someone gives you a compliment, do you receive it? Or do you, no, this old thing, right? We always have this story like, oh, well, I know I do. I'm like, oh, I got it at the thrift store, which, it could be dismissive, or you could claim it, because I kind of think that's cool when I find good treasures at the thrift store, right? So just notice your response to things such as compliments or gifts, not just physical gifts, but any way that someone is wanting to offer help, holding a door open for you. These are subtle ways. So, I want you to notice and start to pay attention not only to those things that we've heard growing up, those stories we've been told about money, about giving and receiving, but really start to take note in your life of how open you are to give or receive. You may even want to start a little journal or note on your phone and just kind of, when something happens, like, oh, I notice I just shut that down and just make a note about it, right? And again, it's not about judging ourselves or shame. It's about awareness. Because the first step for any sort of transformation is we have to be aware of what is and then consciously choose how we want to shift and what we want to open to. So pay attention, notice. Begin to recognize the beauty and the abundance all around us. Nature. I mean, this time of year, y'all, right? I love fall. I had the opportunity yesterday. I took Cadence, my daughter, to go hiking. We went to Raven's Run, and it's just gorgeous. You know, the leaves are starting to fall, and the wind rustling in the trees. And I just consciously took several moments on that hike to pause and just reflect on the abundant nature of the universe, and to remember that that same abundant nature lives within me, because I am an expression of the one, just like that tree. And so are we all an expression of the one. So in this dance of life, we can embrace the ebb and the flow of giving and receiving. Just like last week, we talked about the tides coming in and out. So does the energy of life. Trust that the universe has a way of balancing things in its own time and manner. Not our own time, but in its own time and manner. So we may think that we may, say, well, I want this now, and we're so fixed on what we want to manifest that the universe is doing all this beauty around us, and if we're not open to see it, we may just keep looking at saying, yes, but this, I've been praying for this, my right and perfect partner, and they're not here, right? And we're not seeing all of this other things around us that may open us to the opportunity to then get in the flow of giving and receiving so that we can be ready to receive that right and perfect partner, right? Just notice where you may be narrowing your focus a little too specifically and not having the bigger vision of what God, Spirit, life is pouring through you. Trust that the universe has a way of balancing things in its own time and manner. So this week, your invitation is to navigate this path of reciprocity, of right relationship, in the area of prosperity, which we are saying is all areas of our lives, right? In our relationships, in our finances, in our energy. So may your heart remain open and your spirit generous and your lives enriched with the joy of giving and receiving. Having the opportunity to notice the abundance that surrounds us, the abundance in your own life, and then putting your money where the mouth is. Is that right? Yeah. Mouth where your money is. Money where your mouth is. What you say you love and enjoy and value, begin to invest your time and energy into that thing that supports this life-giving energy and that supports all that you desire for yourself and for the world at large. As we say, we are here to create a world that works for everyone. So how can you invest your time, your energy, your talent, your treasure into that which supports this new world? And as it is said in A Course in Miracles, to have, give all to all. So let us open up to that flow this week as we move into prayer. So again, taking that deep breath. And first just notice how there's an abundance of air to breathe. Thank you, God. Thank you, trees. Thank you, Mother Nature, for the abundance of oxygen that sustains our very life. But again, there's that balance. We don't just keep inhaling and consuming and taking in all the abundance, all the oxygen. we must exhale and notice that flow. Breathing in, breathing out. Recognizing the abundant nature of the universe. This one life that is love, that is wholeness, that is joy. This bounty that is all around, knowing that this is the true essence of the universe. And therefore, knowing that we are one, that there is only one thing happening right here, right now, always showing up in the multitudes of ways through expression, that there's only one, that I know that this must be the truth for me. Spirit, God, life is always pouring its good down in, as, and through its creations, which is me and you. Let us not forget. As the tree has everything it needs to sustain itself by being deeply rooted, and its branches reaching out to receive the gift and the bounty of sunlight, we too have been created with all that we need to thrive. So in this moment, I just allow any old ideas about money, about flow, about giving and receiving, any old ideas that no longer serve this highest good for myself, for my community, for my beloveds here. I allow these ideas of lack and limitation to fall back to the nothingness from which they came. And I step firmly forward, grounded in the truth of the abundant nature of the universe, open to give and to receive. How good it is to be in this flow, to let go and to allow, to be open to receive, and to experience the great harmony of life. So I am just so grateful for the bounty and the abundance and the beauty and the opulence and the good that surrounds all of us in this beautiful planet and in this beautiful body temple. So grateful to open to the flow now of right relationship with giving and receiving. So grateful to know that right here, right now, each and every one of us is living a prosperous life, defined the way that we define prosperous. It is happening now, and for that I am grateful. And I release this word into the action of the law that always says yes, 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 and it is done. And so it is. So it is, yes.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, for
invite you now to turn to someone and to affirm that I am prosperous. Go. Say it like you mean it, y'all. Ground it. I am prosperous. Yes, yes. All right. So, Rocktober, we have a few other fun, special things going on. If you were here last week, you received an envelope. If not, please raise your hand, and our core council will give you an envelope now. Or if you lost it and you want another one, that's fine. There's plenty. So, what is in these envelopes? So, they're raising their hands. Can you go ahead? Yeah, there you go. So, keep your hands up until they see you. We need some over here and some over here. Great. So, one of the things you'll see in the envelope is this unexpected income. And what this is, it's a fun experiment. It's a way to practice building our faith and our muscle by allowing a practitioner to pray for you and myself to pray for you throughout this whole month on a specific area of prosperity, a specific prayer request you put in here, and be open to receive and be open to give. So what we are doing is you are going to fill this out, or you may have filled it out online, and you can put it in the prayer box after service. And the request is that any unexpected income, so any extra, so if you have like your regular salary, that we're not counting that in this particular program, but any extra good that flows into your life this month that you commit to tithing, which means 10%, giving 10% back to Ahava. So if someone takes you out to lunch, gives you money, you get an unexpected check from a reimbursement that you totally forgot about, you get an opportunity for a gig, and you get a great gift, whatever it may be, take a log and then give 10% back to Ahava, and notice what happens when you open into that flow of trusting and giving and receiving. The other things in this envelope are here to support you this month as well. There's a card with gratitude affirmations. We're going to be talking about gratitude more this month, how gratitude really is that energy, that magnetic energy, right, of attracting to us, of appreciation. So these statements, put them around, write them down, use them in your journal, post them everywhere, put them by your mirror. Use your gratitude affirmations every day, as well as this treatment for prosperity, which you can put it in all the places. A fun thing to do? Most of us now on our phones have a little voice recorder. Read this with your own name in the first person, record it, and then listen to it on loop when you're driving, doing the dishes, cleaning, whatnot. All these fun ways that we can get into this flow of good in our lives. And the last card in there is the commitment to give. So what we are doing is, as we are creating our budget for next year, the core council is looking to you to say, this is what I anticipate giving. This is what I'm going to commit to give. It's like a pledge card. Many organizations, nonprofit, use this as a way to create our budgets, right? And to know what, because we just kind of, it's like everything, we're just making it up, y'all. So it helps us a little bit. We know what we would love to do with this community, and we would love to do more if we know that we can count on you to give more, and we are committed to balance and sustainability and being good stewards of our money. So take this, pray on it, see what you are called to give in 2024, fill out this card, and drop this back in the envelope, your commitment to give part, in the beautiful basket on the altar, and you'll have that opportunity all month. And we're creating some digital opportunities if you are online as well that go out for you to click and fill out those forms online too for our online community. We love you. We got you too. You're a part of us. Don't think you're just sitting there watching from home and you're not a part of this conversation. You are, and we love you, and we feel you here, and we need your commitment as well. So thank you. All right, with that, I'm going to invite up Kyle May is going to give our testimonial today. So welcome, Kyle. You can grab that mic. Mm-hmm.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hey, my name is Kyle May. I'm the owner of Open Doors Counseling Center. I've been coming to Ahava for about a year now. I started the weekend of Halloween last year, so getting close. And for me, I was asked why I like to give to Ahava, and I not only give financially, but I like to give resources, things that connections to people that I know that we can come together and partner with. We share the same vision here with Ahava at Open Doors, so that's a really great partnership. But also for me, why I give to Ahava is because of what Ahava is and what Ahava is not. I come from Eastern Kentucky, where I was raised in conservative Christian environments, and for me, I was kind of in churches that would shame people to give or guilt them to give or coerce you into giving. And for me, I've not experienced that here at Ahava. Instead, I feel like they take into account asking you to give if you can, giving you opportunities to give if you can, and they're very transparent and give you the information that you need to make informed decisions about what you want to support or what you can support, and I really appreciate that for sure. Also, being LGBTQ, I did not have great experiences in congregations and churches back home, so I have had a completely opposite experience here at Ahava, where I actually feel that the vision and mission are accurate and that you all show that with actions and words as well. So I do feel like this is a radically inclusive community, and I appreciate that too. So, that's why I like to give to Ahava.
Yay. Thank you, Kyle. Woo. We can go back over. Yeah, thanks. Yes, thank you, Kyle. So we know that there are 100 more Kyles out there that are looking for this community, and they find it by word of mouth. They find it by us sharing on social media and through the many ways that we share and give and market and all that kind of stuff, which also takes finances. So wherever you are able to give, let us know that we are in that flow so we can continue to be this place of support for those who are seeking it now. So we're going to move into our offering now. We're going to pass the basket around the room. We'll get to that. We haven't even done announcements yet. So we're going to pass the basket around the room. We're actually going to pass two. And the second basket is our gift to you, so we can practice giving and receiving and being in the flow. So I invite you now to take your gift or just your hands over your heart and repeat after me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
Grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
Grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
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 I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. Grateful.
We're going to skip ahead to announcements, and then we'll come back to that. There you go. All right, so big thank you Friday night to Cora Bell and Drag Bingo. What a success. Thank you. We raised over $400 and had about 40 people here, but it was beyond that. It was the joy and the connection and the fun, but all very successful. And coming up this Friday night, what do we have, Joe?
We have blues. Ain't nothing but the blues.
Yes.
So if you were here last time, you know we raised the roof about 6 inches in here. We can accommodate the UK basketball team now. So our aim is to get it about another foot higher. So come on out. DJ Rice is going to be out here.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to have a great time. So it's nothing but fun. Nothing but fun, nothing but fun. Bring your dancing shoes, because
Yes.
we expect to see you dancing.
Yes. So you can get tickets online in advance, or you can show up at the door with cash or check. But it's easier if you go ahead and get them online if you want to pay with a credit card. Bring your friends, and it's all on a sliding scale donation as well, because 100% of the money comes back to Ahava, as the musicians have generously given of their talent, just like Corbell did, and just like Lisa will. So again, go ahead and get your tickets for Blues, for Thread and Bone. This is our Taste of Ahava Fun and Fundraising series, and we are so grateful for the talent in our community and for their generosity of giving so that we may receive as well. Today, the Prosperous Life class is continuing. Even if you weren't there last week and you want to stick around today, you can. We have Ahava 101 coming up. Learn more about what we teach here, what New Thought is, and how to get involved in our community and decide if official membership is what you are ready for now or not. That meets October 19th and 26th. It's a Thursday night here in person and online. And we have a number of ongoing events as well. But now I'm going to invite up Alois to tell us about some more abundance that we can take home with us today. If you want to just grab that mic there so they can hear you.
Speaking of abundance, our garden has been very good to us. So
Yes.
I've been bringing it here rather than like we have in the past and doing auctions on it, but we didn't grow as much as we have in past. So with that said, there is potatoes and bell peppers, Joe, and no herbicides, no pesticides, all donations go to Ahava.
Yes, thank you, Alois and Jean, and for your beautiful, healthy, yummy, yummy, yummies. Let us turn this back over to the band.
Doctor, you ain't got a pill for whatever's making this world ill. You can't get forgiveness at the store, and peace, it's just a politician's war. You won't find no resolution in the bottom of a bottle, in the stars or Aristotle. The only answer to the problem is people, loving people. That's the enemy of everything that's evil. Ain't no quick fix at the end of a needle. It's just people loving people. Whoa, 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 Now words ain't what they seem to be, 'cause talk is cheap and lies are free. We fear what we don't understand, and we've been scared since time began. All the colors and the culture circle around us on a spindle. It's a complicated riddle. The solution is so simple. It's people loving people. That's the enemy of everything that's evil. Ain't no quick fix at the end of a needle. It's just people loving people. Let me hear you. Oh, 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 on kings and queens and those behind the curtain. Say what can make a difference in a world so full of hurting. But I believe the remedy starts right here with you and me. People loving people. That's the enemy of everything that's evil. Ain't no quick fix at the end of a needle. It's just people loving people. Whoa. Oh, We love you. You're a shining star, wonderful, just the way you are. We celebrate your sacred face. We love you just the way you are.
Just the way you are.
We love you just the way you are. We do.
So let's share our affirmation today.
We are one.
We are one. Yes. And today we read a book, and no one else wanted to share today, so I'll just talk. We read a book about one.
Always.
And it was about both aspects of being one, about unity and being interconnectedness, but also about how one, the number one, stood up and made a difference and started a revolution. So both kind of aspects of that were in this book.
Very cool.
And then our project was...
We had like just one thing doodled and we had to make something out of it. So I made a frog alien scene.
Very cool.
So all of our unique, different designs that came from this one doodle. Yes, thank you so much. See you soon.
Yes. Woo! We love and appreciate the creativity of our youth. Yes. All right, so a reminder that we have licensed spiritual practitioners here to support you with prayer. There's the prayer box there. Fill out your unexpected income prayer request, place it in the box. And if you want in-person prayer, we have Patty Cooper available today. We also have two practitioners, Dr. Louise Talon and Dr. Patty Cooper, who offer one-on-one spiritual coaching sessions for a fee. So if you're looking to do some deeper work in transformation, pick up their card and reach out to them about scheduling a session. And don't forget to use your treatments, use your affirmations, and let's do this together. All right, let us stand. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It's this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in the flow. I accept it. I am it. I share it. Just the way it appears. And just the way it appears not. Thank you, life.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
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 Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me love 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 in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
We want to thank everyone for coming out in person today and those of you watching us online as well. If you get the urge, come out and visit us in person. You can wear your bunny slippers. We don't care. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
We want to see you, so come in your PJs.
Wanna see you, so come in your PJs.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me